A wedding was being celebrated in Cana of Galilee, and Jesus was invited along with his disciples. Now the mother of Jesus was also there. Jesus and his disciples had already been invited and were probably staying at the home of the family of the groom, which was customary at the time. The wedding feast lasted 6 days, which was also customary because weddings were major events in Jewish life. The celebration might have even been a week long, but John just says 6 days. Weddings were not only religious, but also social and cultural occasions to celebrate with family and friends. On the 3rd day of the celebration, the supply of wine gave out. Now this was a problem because good wine was essential to the celebration. It was a symbol of joy and happiness, and the party wasn't over yet. So the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And this was an indicator that there was an opportunity for Jesus to reveal his glory. This was the first miracle that Jesus performed. It was an incredible sign of God's power and love. He turned water into wine at a wedding feast. Turning water into wine may seem like a simple miracle, but in reality, it was a spectacular event. People go to great lengths to get good wine, but Jesus just turned water into the finest wine. He didn't just turn the water into wine, but he turned it into the best wine that had ever been tasted. Think about it. If you were at that wedding, you would have tasted every kind of wine served that week, and this would have been the best. How would you feel if someone told you that the best wine you've ever tasted was actually water? You would be shocked and amazed. So why did Jesus perform this miracle? Was it just to show off his power? Of course not. There's a deeper meaning behind every miracle Jesus performed. In this case, he wanted to show his disciples what he could do so they would believe in him and have faith in him. He revealed his glory, and they witnessed it firsthand. Imagine how this would have affected their faith and their understanding of who Jesus really was. The disciples didn't fully understand the significance of Jesus' words or the miracle that had just occurred. They knew Jesus could do great things, but they were still learning just how powerful he really was. After this miracle, they began to believe in him more than ever before. How does this affect us today? What can we learn from this miracle? First, we see Jesus' power. He had the ability to do something spectacular, something beyond human comprehension. This should remind us that nothing is impossible for God. He can do far more than we can ever imagine or ask for. Second, we see Jesus' compassion. He saw that the wedding was in danger of being ruined, and he felt bad for the couple and the guests. He didn't want them to be disappointed, so he stepped in and helped. This should remind us that Jesus has compassion for us and wants to help us in our times of need. We just have to ask him. Finally, we see Jesus' faithfulness. He didn't just say he would help, he actually did it. He could have easily refused Mary's request, but instead he went out of his way to make sure everything was perfect. This should remind us that Jesus is faithful to his word. When he promises to help us, we can be sure that he will follow through. Have you ever attended a wedding? Have you ever run out of something important right before a big event? What did you do to solve the problem? How did it make you feel when it was solved? Do you think this story of Jesus turning water into wine is a miracle or just a myth? Why do you think people believed that it happened? Prayer. Lord, thank you for being a miracle worker. Help me to have faith in you, knowing that you can do all things and that nothing is impossible for you. Give me the courage to ask you for help when I need it, and the wisdom to know when it's time to step in and help others. Thank you for hearing my prayer. Amen. Don't forget to leave a comment asking me to pray for your intentions. And remember to like and subscribe to get more videos like this. Bye-bye.